tell me, how did you come about making the decision to sell up?
I turned 50 years old and I decided that it was time for me to start giving to me first, after giving to everybody else all my life. So I gave my children 6 months notice to leave home, and I didn't need to put the house on the market. My next door neighbour had already said to give him first refusal, so it was all very, very easy in terms of selling the house. The difficult thing was letting go of everything, because I'd accumulated so much stuff over 29 years. So that was the challenge.
And how did you actually deal with that?
I dealt with it in stages. It was a period of not knowing where to start, and a friend helped me to get started by coming along, and she helps people to clear the clutter, and so she helped me to get started, and once I'd actually made a start, it was a lot easier from there. It's a huge emotional release when you start letting go of things, because you get attached to your possessions. Especially I'd had birthday cards from being 1 year old, and letters, and lots of things that had an emotional connection. So it took me a period of stages of letting go of things, and it took a lot longer than I initially anticipated.
So how long have you been a traveller?
I've now been home free for 6 years, 6.5 years, and I'm loving every minute of it.
So what is it you love about it?
I love not knowing what's around the corner. I love the adventure, the excitement. Also, I've learnt to trust, not just to trust myself, but also to trust in the universe and in opportunities that I know that will come my way. And I love that every day is different, and I'm free to experience life and to experience what I want without being anchored to the rat race.
It's an incredibly impressive thing that you've done. How did the idea of the retreat come?
I have a friend who's in my doTERRA team, and she wants to relocate to a different country. She wants to go and live in Spain. So she's called Rachel, and we met in an online community originally. And Rachel said to me, she said, "Deborah, I want to run a retreat." And she said, "I'd love to do a retreat with you. And what shall we do it on?" And I said, "Well, yeah, it's a great idea. Let's do it." And I said, "How about we do it for ladies who want to make money whilst travelling?" And so that's really how it came about, because we want to inspire other ladies that they can have the travel lifestyle and to make money whilst they're travelling, or to be able to relocate to different countries and be able to sustain themselves when they're there.
So what sort of things do people get worried about? Okay, making ends meet is probably one of them, but specifically, what do you address in the retreat?
People get worried about all sorts of things. They get worried about, how do I start? What's my first thing? What can I do? What are all the skills? How can I make money? And they have this sense that they need to know the whole picture before they get started, and that's not how the universe works. So on the retreat, we want to give people step-by-step guidelines, and for everybody to go away with a plan that they can implement. We're going to be doing a lot of inner work, a lot of releasing of attachments, and we're going to be doing some energy work as well. So for 2 days we're going to be inside doing exercises and looking at practical ways of letting go and travelling, and giving hints and tips. But on the 3rd day we're going to be out in nature, and we're going to be going to Chalice Well, where we've got the intersection of 2 major ley lines, and we're going to be doing some energy work there. We're going to be going up to Glastonbury Tor and doing some very powerful exercises there. We'll be going to the White Spring if it's open. It's going to be a mixture of very experiential work, practical work, group work and inner work.
It sounds very Glastonbury, and it also sounds almost spiritual rather than a nuts and bolts, this is how you actually detach from civilized normal life to being free to travel?
This is going to be a mixture of both practical work, which is very nuts and bolts and very grounded, but also helping people to understand that we're actually on a spiritual journey as well. And travel is one of the best ways of getting to know yourself, and spending time alone as well is one of the best ways on the spiritual path of going really deep within. So it's going to cover everything.
Final question. If you had your time over again, what would you have done differently?
I wouldn't have done anything differently had I had my time over again. I think everything that's happened to me on my journey has led me to where I am now, and I've loved and appreciated every moment, and I found me, you know, it's like I find wherever I am is my home. My home is where my heart is, and yeah, and I want other people to be able to really get that they can be at home anywhere in the world, no matter where they are, who they're with, and just trusting in themselves and finding the inner resources. It's fabulous not having mortgage payments. It's like escaping the rat race, getting out of the matrix, being free to live in your joy and being open to the possibilities that life has to offer.